Well, in Charleston, I got a sense of uneasiness.
And it quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious.
You know, I don't think anyone had any clue what was going on.
No one knew how to react. And your gut check when the systems that you rely on every day fail is panic.
It was clear almost immediately that no one was prepared for something like that to happen.
This was a colossal failure on all levels for everyone involved.
This was not handled well.
What happens here, where we get a lot of rainfall, we take water for granted. We're rarely under water stress in terms of water quantity stress. We just have so much water, and that water has a dilution value to it, so it dilutes our pollution.
But it was just kind of a panic thing, thinking that the water is out. There is no water. Do not use your water.
Now, what was surprising to me, and I think surprising to a lot of people, was how susceptible that water source was. So the spill occurs on the Elk River. The Elk River is a water source for that area because it's so clean.
People were coming to work unshowered, basically cleaning up as best you could with like baby wipes or some sort of like, you know, whatever towels you had laying around that you could clean yourself with.
But what we saw from that chemical spill is that when we don't have water, it creates a serious, serious situation.
It's impossible to imagine what that situation would have been like without social media.
This event started on Twitter with Governor Earl Ray Tomlin's initial tweet a little after 5:30 that day. And it became a Twitter event. It became a social media event.
And it was on Twitter. I just checked briefly, and there was a proclamation from Governor Tomlin that said, do not use the water in Charleston.
Anytime you have media affected directly by what they're reporting, it adds a sense of immediacy and urgency to their job and the way they go about doing their job.
But I do remember the moment where the reporter from WCHS said that, hey, we're not done here, whenever he tried to walk away. And I think that no one had any answers, including freedom, to anything at that point. And I think it pretty much summed up the frustration of media and the public.
I think we all were in a bit of disbelief when Gary Southern, someone handed him a bottle of water during that first news conference outside the Freedom Industries headquarters, and he took a swig of water from this bottle. I think we couldn't quite believe that he'd made that kind of a blunder in the midst of all of this, and it really set the tone.
West Virginia Public Broadcasting established itself in the digital and social media sphere in some capacity because of the chemical spill.
This shows the power of community when it comes to a story like this, because Facebook is in essence an online community, and Twitter in a different sense is also an online community. And these were people all from the same general area, but others who just had an interest in the area, getting information very quickly through a non-traditional sense.
So water is a prevalent feature in the state of West Virginia.
I don't know that I would say that even still we officially trust the water.
It's Charleston, West Virginia, right? What does someone in New York City care about what happens in Charleston? Maybe not much. But if something like this would have happened in New York City, the entire world would have been paying attention to it.
This whole project, what's going on here, was all because water is so important to this community, and because there have been some pretty big accidents and problems, and it was definitely top of mind when we chose to look at water and not soil or air or other things.